Hi everyone, and welcome back. So today I wanted to make a video because, funny enough, my current subscriber count is standing at 999 at the moment, and yeah, I don't really know what to think about that because it's all relative. But me starting to make these videos, I wasn't really expecting anything, and I guess 1,000 subscribers is not really a big deal or anything, but yeah, I don't know. It got me thinking that there is at least a few guys out there looking at these videos, which is just a little bit weird to me. I'm making these videos more or less. I've said this a few times for my own entertainment because I just really enjoy talking and thinking and when I'm making these videos. So me just sitting and relaxing, smoking a pipe or whatever, it's another experience when you express yourself and you're talking instead of just sitting and thinking, which is also very pleasurable. But I just really enjoy speaking my mind, and I guess some of you guys are catching on to some of the stuff that I'm saying, which is very humbling to me. So not to make a big deal out of it or anything, I just wanted to say that I appreciate you guys watching the videos. I guess that's what I wanted to say. And to celebrate, I want to smoke a cigar today. Recently I've been smoking a few cigars, and you guys that are following the channel have probably noticed that. Not that I really, can compare it to pipe smoking, but it's something different. So I wanted the topic for today, since we're smoking a cigar, to sort of make a conclusion. I cannot say, but yeah, some sort of a conclusion how I think cigars and pipe smoking compares. What are the differences and how I see it. Which part of what that I enjoy and so on, and pros and cons, I guess you could say. Because I think that I have so much experience. I have a lot of experience smoking pipes. And now I guess I have enough experience smoking cigars that I can really say what I think about it and can compare it. So I pulled out my favorite cigar so far, and which is surprisingly also the first cigar that I ever smoked, and it's the most expensive cigar that I have laying around, and I can conclude that this, for me, pretty expensive cigar, it's like $30, is better than some of the cheap stuff that I've tried so far. So it is a Dominican Republic hand-rolled cigar. And let's get it going, and we can talk about it. Pipe versus cigar. But let's just take a moment to enjoy this moment before you light the cigar, because this is one of the differences that I wanted to talk about. The enjoyment of collecting these sticks is very, very appealing. That you can buy them, research them, all the different sizes, everything. This is more or less like you enjoy collecting pipes. You have your pipes laying around, you build a sort of relationship with them. They smoke differently, they taste differently, they feel differently. In this aspect, you have it in the tobacco itself when you're collecting the cigars. So you have an enjoyment just looking at the cigars, buying them, touching them, smelling them physically. And then the difference becomes that when you smoke this, it is gone forever. And the pipe is different because you build a relationship with it as a tool. So when you're done smoking it, you can clean it, put it back on the shelf, and you can take it down, and actually you start enjoying that pipe more and more the more times you smoke it. And you say that a pipe will outlive you because you will probably, if you have a good briar pipe, you will have it the rest of your life if you take good care of it. So it is funny because here you buy something equally amazing that you can enjoy in your humidor, which I don't have one of those yet. But the enjoyment is just as big sitting with this cigar as when I'm sitting with one of my beloved Savinelli pipes. I can feel that, I can really appreciate the guy or the woman that has been rolling this very beautiful cigar and the leaves that goes into it and the craftsmanship all the way through the production. It's just an amazing art of making these sticks, and they vary so much that you will never like conclude your journey through cigar smoking. And here there's a difference in a comparison to pipe smoking, but when you're done enjoying and smoking this stick, it is gone. So I also have like a hard time just, let's say, enjoying half of this cigar and just leaving it. I feel the urge to that I really have to enjoy it all the way down, and that brings me to some of the next stuff that maybe let's wait for that for a little bit later. But let's get the cigar smoking, and let's taste it, because the preparation for smoking a cigar really compares to the preparation of smoking a pipe. You choose your tobacco, you choose your pipe, or you choose your cigar. You sit down and you have prepared some time that you have available, and you have time to sit down and you want to cherish this moment. So that compares. And then you stuff your pipe however you want it, full bowl, half bowl, and lighting a cigar is very, very, very much pleasurable for me, because picking it, feeling it, smelling it, cutting it, and then lighting it is a wonderful moment. So let's enjoy that. The cigar here looks absolutely beautiful, and the smell is amazing. So let's try to cut it. I'm so far just using one of these guillotine cutters, and I've tried cutting less or more of the tip of the cigar, and it's not that it's so complicated, but you can sort of make it see, maybe this is the cap that kind of came off, and then the tobacco crumbled with it. But that's how that looked. Then you can make sure that you have no loose tobacco sitting there. Then you check the cold drawer, as they say. This is the first time the tobacco enters your mouth, and not that the cold draw compares to what the cigar will taste like, but very nice draw. And you can already taste the tobacco just dry on your lips. So, how I like to light my cigar so far. I've tried a few different ways, but this is the way that I so far have the best luck with. I take 2 normal matches, light them at the same time, and then I have more or less enough time to both toast the cigar and then put it in my mouth and finally light it. So it looks more or less like this. Oops, almost screwed that up. Then I just lightly toast the cigar. And maybe these matches are they're a little bit moist actually. They're laying around in my winter garden, and it gets a little bit there we go. So we twist the cigar around so that we toast it all the way around so the wrapper gets evenly toasted. And then finally, then we look at it and make sure that the cigar is burning all the way around. And sometimes you need an extra match to make sure that you lit it all the way around so the cigar will burn evenly, and that way there we go. Beautiful. So let's talk differences. What I enjoy more about the pipe is often that the tobacco and the experience smoking the tobacco is lighter. Sometimes a cigar can be a little bit much for me. You're consuming way more tobacco, you get way more nicotine, which I don't necessarily like. The mildest cigar for me tastes like the strongest pipe tobacco that you can get, and I can also feel that nicotine wise. Smoking even a very mild cigar often gets me a buzz. And I don't really like to get a buzz from smoking anything. You feel a little lightheaded sometimes when smoking a cigar, and you have to control when you're smoking, how much, how fast. With a pipe, you get that a little bit in the beginning if you're completely new to smoking, but you're getting very little nicotine from most of the common mild pipe tobaccos. So I end up feeling that a cigar for me is more like something when I'm sitting down to celebrate, like occasionally. Like a big evening after a big dinner, maybe even in good company. Also, I'm very convinced that cigar smoking is way more unhealthy for you than pipe smoking for various reasons. Nicotine wise, first of all, the tobacco is in your mouth. You can actually sometimes get a burning feeling in your mouth, on your lips, because you have the tobacco touching straight on your body. So you're also consuming the nicotine, the toxins directly in your mouth from touching the tobacco. And with the pipe, you have the stem in your mouth, so way more disconnected from the tobacco. You're developing way more smoke with the cigar than with the pipe. So what I wanted to say on that is that day to day, I enjoy a pipe more. I can also better control that. I can sit down for just 15 minutes or so with a pipe, that I just pick maybe a small pipe, and I control how much tobacco I put in there. And I wouldn't light up a cigar if I only have 15 minutes, because it doesn't really taste that good if you let it go out on you. I've tried smoking the cigar the next day or so. Sometimes it works, but often it gets very harsh. And yeah. So even though pipes is all about not rushing, enjoying the moment, filling the ball, lighting it, and being in the moment, only conscious about the pipe itself, is somehow a little more simple for me. Even though it's very easy to light a cigar and smoke it, that's not hard at all. It's actually way more difficult to get a pipe going, and the skill of smoking a pipe is something that really takes time, and not so much with a cigar. But a cigar really takes an hour or so where you have to sit down and sometimes you really don't want to be smoking that much. And here is a pipe just way more easy for me. I can just light a bowl for like 15 minutes with a very, very light tobacco, and it doesn't overwhelm me at all. A cigar can be a little overwhelming at times. So for me, cigar smoking is for more advanced smokers, and it works better for me on an occasion. But I really enjoy researching about cigars, collecting them, and I just started, so I don't even have a humidor. But I want one of those, and I can see myself collecting pipes and sorry, cigars and having them laying around for years and see how the taste develops and so. So yep, that is something that I can see myself doing. Um, a cigar, you can get taste infused cigars. That doesn't really interest me at all. But a pro for cigars is that it is a very natural product that is very appealing because it is just raw tobacco. Raw tobacco that is fermented and rolled, and there's nothing in it that you don't know what is. Sometimes pipe tobacco, even though I like um, my aromatics from time to time, I'm not a big fan of quote unquote really goopy real aromatics. But then again, most pipe tobacco is some kind of aromatic. If you compare pipe tobacco to cigar tobacco, every pipe tobacco is more or less an aromatic because you case it, you put some stuff into it. There's pretty much no pipe tobacco that is just raw tobacco. Even the straight Virginias or whatever, they are cased with sugar and stuff that makes it sweeter. So even the stuff that I call non-aromatic pipe tobacco, my point is there's something appealing about a cigar being 100% pure tobacco. And what you're tasting, the nuances in that is just the nuances in the tobacco itself. It's not stuff and sweeteners and thing that tastes like cherry and chocolate or vanilla or whatever that is added to it. Even though that tastes great in a pie, I'm not knocking that. There's just something very nice about this 100% natural product. So that is some of the pros and cons and differences how I more or less see it. So on a day-to-day basis, I can say that I'm probably more a pipe smoker than a cigar smoker, and this is just a new thing for me, and I love to venture into new worlds, and the world of cigar smoking just opened its doors to me, and that's what I'm trying to learn more about right now. But in the end, I think I will be more on the pipe side of things, and I will enjoy collecting these and smoking them on occasion, and I'll probably be enjoying that. Then there's the society side of things that maybe I forgot to touch on that because there's some kind of a difference that pipe and cigar smoking are more or less two different worlds. If you look online about cigar smoking, you are very quickly into this world of very rich and high society stuff that not necessarily really appeals to me because I'm kind of a down to earth kind of guy that loves to be in the yard, being dirty and just in my cheap clothes, but also really nice. I also enjoy to suit up and go to a nice event or something. So not that I'm how to say I'm kind of in between, but I do not necessarily. I'm not so much drawn to this that you have to be like all the gentleman stuff. I feel like you can be smoking a very expensive cigar with dirty hands in your yard. That's just some as pleasurable to me as having to suit up and be all upper class or something. So whatever. I feel more comfortable, down to earth, and saying that, you would think that pipes fit me better, but I think you should do whatever you want and don't put things into boxes, and everything is not so black and white. So whatever. So I want to end on concluding on this specific cigar. It was the first cigar that I ever smoked, and it's a quality hand-rolled, quote-unquote expensive cigar. And the stuff that I tried in between that first cigar and me smoking it now for the second time, I've tried some cheaper stuff, but in there was a lot of Cuban tobacco, some machine-rolled Cuban tobacco, some short filler hand-rolled Cuban tobacco, and some Dominican Republic stuff. And I've tried some different sizes, and some of the stuff is a little bit rough. And I must say, this is hands down the best cigar that I have ever smoked. It was the first, and now we're here again. It's way more delicate. It's very smooth, and it smells amazing. So I'll be enjoying this, and again, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and we will see each other in the future. Take care. Bye.